Your person senses that you're moving forward in your life, and this shift is stirring something deep within them. It's as though each step you take toward your own growth triggers a mixture of admiration, fear, and longing inside them. They can feel your energy changing, becoming lighter, stronger, more grounded, and this evolution is making them worry that they may be losing their place in your world. Even if nothing has been said out loud, there's a part of them that feels the distance growing, and they're becoming increasingly aware of how important this connection is to them. Their thoughts keep circling back to you, almost obsessively at times, as they wonder where you are, who you are spending time with, and what direction your life is heading without them. They don't necessarily want to intrude or overstep, but their internal fixation makes it difficult for them to detach. They find themselves paying closer attention to the little details, your energy, your choices, the subtle shifts in your path. There's a powerful pull that they can't seem to break, as though something larger than both of you is weaving threads between your experiences. They keep encountering signs, synchronicities, reminders, and symbolic moments that seem to point back to you. Whether it's a song, a number, a dream, or a memory resurfacing unexpectedly, something keeps nudging them toward acknowledging the depth of their feelings. It's almost mystical from their perspective, as if the universe is urging them not to let this connection fade. As things intensify on their side, you are entering a phase of freedom and empowerment that feels refreshing and necessary. You're rediscovering yourself, stepping into your strength, and aligning with what brings you peace. Ironically, this very growth, the glow of confidence you're stepping into, makes them feel the urgency even more strongly. They see you flourishing, and while they're happy for you, there's a fear underneath it all, a fear of being left behind. That fear pushes them into moments of internal dialogue, pep talks, and attempts to gather the courage they need to reach out. They rehearse what they might say, imagining what a new beginning with you could look like. The idea of reconnection feels both hopeful and intimidating, but it's becoming a louder voice in their mind each day. A sense of longing is growing within them, deeper and sharper than before. They miss you, so intensely at times that it becomes an emotional ache. It's more than nostalgia, it's a yearning to feel the warmth, closeness, and understanding they once felt with you. Even if the two of you are physically apart, the emotional thread still tugs at them, and you might be feeling parts of it too. Emotional bonds often echo between people, and this one seems particularly strong. They're realizing that letting go of you isn't something they can do lightly. Not now. Not when they feel so much unfinished energy, unspoken emotion, and unrealized possibility. This is why they're paying such close attention to you. Not in an intrusive or unhealthy way, but in a way that reflects how deeply they care and how much they wish they understood where you stand. The distance is painful for them too, perhaps more than they expected. Being apart has forced them to confront the emptiness in certain areas of their life, making them aware of what hasn't been working, what hasn't fulfilled them, and what has been missing emotionally. Their dissatisfaction with their current situation isn't solely about you, but your absence highlights those cracks more clearly. You've become a kind of emotional mirror for them, showing them what they truly desire: connection, purpose, warmth, and authenticity. Your person is wrestling with all these feelings at once: hope, fear, desire, insecurity, longing, and determination. They're slowly coming to terms with how significant this connection is. They're recognizing that something within them must change if they're going to move toward you in a way that is respectful, balanced, and genuine. They don't want to let the connection slip away, but they're also trying to figure out how to approach it in a healthier, more mindful way than before. It's not just about reaching out impulsively, it's about becoming someone who can meet you where you are now, someone who honors your growth, your boundaries, and your emotional space. As you continue embracing your newfound freedom and empowerment, their inner world is shifting in response. They are being pushed, by life, by circumstance, and by their own emotions, to reflect deeply, to be honest with themselves, and to consider their next move carefully. The possibility of a new beginning with you lingers heavily in their thoughts, not as a fantasy but as a potential turning point. They know that if they do come forward, it has to be with sincerity and readiness, not fear or desperation. Ultimately, your person is on the edge of a personal breakthrough. The emotional turmoil they're experiencing is guiding them toward clarity about what they truly want. They miss you, they think about you constantly, and they're feeling more drawn to you than ever before. And as they navigate their dissatisfaction with their current life, they're beginning to see that the connection they feel with you is something worth approaching with courage, honesty, and respect. I often find myself wondering if you still think about me the way I think about you, because you remain on my mind far more than I ever expected anyone could. It's strange how certain people enter our lives and somehow take root so deeply in our hearts that no amount of time or distance seems capable of shaking them loose. From the earliest moments of knowing you, something inside me stirred in a way I couldn't quite explain. Looking back now, I realize that what I felt wasn't just a simple attraction or a passing infatuation, it was something much more powerful, something that has only grown stronger with time. And because of that, I deeply regret that I wasn't honest with you about my feelings when they first took hold. I regret the way I tried to downplay how much I cared, how intensely drawn I was to you, even from the very beginning. The truth is, my heart recognized you long before my mind was willing to admit it, and in a way that frightened me. I knew, even then, that my heart would always belong to you. There are nights when I lie awake replaying our conversations in my head, reliving every moment, every laugh, every pause, and even every silence between us. I go over them again and again because it's the closest I can get to you when you're far away. It's almost like my mind refuses to let go of the memories we built, clinging to them as if they hold the answers to all the feelings I still carry. And maybe they do. The truth is, I can't get enough of you, not then, not now, not ever. It amazes me how simply hearing your voice or reading your words could shift my entire mood, filling me with warmth I didn't even realize I'd been missing. That connection, that spark we shared, wasn't something ordinary. It wasn't something easily explained or easily forgotten. It was rare, intense, and deeply real. And we both know that the distance between us has never made things easier. In fact, it has only made everything harder. It's painful in ways that words can barely express. There are days when the distance feels like a physical ache, like a weight on my chest reminding me of how far you are from my arms, from my everyday life, from the place where I wish you could be, right beside me. The truth is, I want to make you happy in every way I can. I want to show you the depth of what I feel instead of hiding behind fears and uncertainties. I've never experienced chemistry as strong and undeniable as what I felt with you. It was the kind of chemistry that made everything brighter, every moment more alive, and every interaction worth holding on to. Being away from you feels unnatural, like something essential is missing from my life, something I keep searching for even though I already know exactly who it is. Sometimes people around me think I'm doing fine. They see me smiling, laughing, going about my day as if everything in my world is perfectly okay. They assume I'm happy, that I'm enjoying life, that I'm surrounded by enough company to keep me content. But what they don't see is the quiet sadness beneath it all, the part of me that feels lost without you close by. My heart knows the truth, no matter how many people are around me, none of them fill the space you once held so effortlessly. None of them make me feel understood the way you did. None of them bring the comfort, the joy, the intensity, or the peace that you brought into my life. And that emptiness, that silent ache, follows me everywhere. The truth is, I was afraid. Afraid that you didn't love me the way I loved you. Afraid that I was giving more than I should, feeling more than was safe, hoping for more than I had the right to hope for. That fear made me bottle up my emotions, hide parts of myself, and act like I felt less than I truly did. I didn't want to scare you away or overwhelm you with the depth of what I felt. I didn't want to risk losing you before I even had a chance to understand what we could become. But now I see that my fear only created distance where there should have been honesty. It kept me silent when I should have spoken, guarded when I should have been open, and uncertain when I should have trusted in what we shared. And now I realize something even more powerful: I was wrong in my fears. You loved me, deeply, genuinely, perhaps even more than I ever allowed myself to believe. You loved me more than anyone ever has, and I see that now with a clarity that breaks my heart and heals it at the same time. Knowing this changes everything. It makes me wish I had been braver, more open, more willing to trust what was right in front of me. But it also gives me hope, because love like that doesn't simply disappear. It lingers. It stays. It reminds us of what truly matters. And no matter what happens moving forward, I want you to know that my heart has always belonged to you, and in many ways, it always will. Your partner wants you, and only you, with a depth of sincerity that they are just beginning to fully understand. There is something about your presence that reaches them in places they didn't even know needed healing. Your energy gives them a sense of safety that is rare and almost sacred, a feeling they haven't experienced with anyone else. When they are around you, they feel grounded, understood, and seen in a way that both comforts them and challenges them to grow. Your love does more than make them feel cherished, it inspires them to step into their most authentic self, not just with you, but in front of the entire world. You have unintentionally pushed them toward becoming a better version of themselves simply by being who you are. Deep within, they feel that you are everything they ever hoped for in a partner. You embody qualities they have spent years searching for: trust, warmth, passion, honesty, depth, and a connection that feels almost fated. Yet despite this powerful pull toward you, they know they cannot truly claim this connection until they come forward with clarity and truth. They understand that in order for this relationship to grow, they need to let go of confusion, doubt, or any lingering fears that have kept them from fully stepping into this bond. They must approach you with a clear mind and an open heart, free of whatever has been clouding their judgment. You can expect an apology from them, not because they feel obligated, but because their conscience has been weighing heavily on them. They know they have hurt you in ways that were unfair, unexpected, or deeply disappointing. Whether through silence, avoidance, or choices made while they were emotionally overwhelmed, they recognize that their actions impacted you more than they initially realized. Now, with growing awareness and maturity, they feel compelled to fix things between you. They don't want to lose you, and they certainly don't want their mistakes to cast a permanent shadow over what could become something truly meaningful. Their heart is pushing them to step up, take accountability, and show you that they are capable of being the partner you deserve. Your energy leaves a mark on them that they cannot shake. It is magnetic, memorable, and deeply influential. Even when they try to distract themselves or distance their thoughts from you, something always pulls them back. They replay conversations, moments, and emotions, realizing how significant your presence has been in shaping their recent growth. Before, your authenticity may have intimidated them. It was powerful, straightforward, unfiltered, and honest, qualities that they admired but were perhaps not yet ready to match. At times your openness made them feel exposed, unprepared, or unsure of how to reciprocate with the same level of vulnerability. But now, with greater clarity, They see your authenticity as one of the most beautiful and rare things about you. They genuinely admire you for being so true to yourself, even when others may not have appreciated or understood it. You have left a major mark on your partner, one that continues to influence their choices and emotional evolution. They recognize your worth now more than ever. Through self-reflection, they have come to understand the depth of the connection you share and the role you've played in their life. This recognition has pushed them to walk away from situations, relationships, or mindsets that no longer serve their highest good. They are shedding old patterns and distancing themselves from environments that drain them or keep them stuck. In doing so, they are aligning with the kind of person they want to be, someone worthy of you and of the love they hope to build. All of this inner transformation is fueled by the impact you've had on them. Your influence didn't demand change from them, it inspired it. You showed them, simply through your presence, what genuine connection feels like. And now, they want to rise to the level of that connection. They are working toward becoming more honest, grounded, and emotionally available, not just for you, but for themselves as well. In their heart, they believe this connection is far from over. They feel drawn back to you with a pull that is emotional, spiritual, and deeply personal. They want to come forward with clarity, offer their apology, express their true feelings, and rebuild trust where it may have fractured. They want to show you that they can honor your authenticity with their own, that they can meet your emotional depth without hesitation, and that they can be a partner who nurtures the safety and love you give so naturally. They see you now, not just as someone they desire, but as someone they deeply value. And that recognition is transforming them, guiding them toward choices that reflect a more mature, aligned, and intentional version of themselves.